Your New Year's resolution is in full swing and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
If you've got nagging pain, you can get rid of that nagging pain thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic with an over 93% success rate. Set up a free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenix.
Welcome to TJ's podcast.
Hey there. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to get into today. I mean, just information coming from every direction on every subject. But don't forget, is tomorrow Thursday?
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow's podcast will be a special guest who is a real prosecutor in a DA's office who is going to tell us what it's like behind the scenes when they're making a crime documentary, because she was featured in one with this famous case that she prosecuted not long ago. So that'll be interesting. Riggins, when's the last time you and your dad have been into like a serious argument, or your dad was really mad at you? I know you say that he used to, and when y'all were young, you would say something, he would get mad, and he was going to like backhand you or something. He'd start doing a crazy thing, like that.
That's a good question.
When's the last time you got your dad whipped you? Did you ever get spankings as a kid? You didn't? Did your brothers?
No.
It
was the threat. I always say, like, the threat of violence was more than enough to correct the behavior, because it was terrifying.
Yeah, with all three of you,
I believe so.
The threat of the violence was all it took. Not me. I didn't get many. Well, people call them spankings, but we called them whoopings. I didn't get many whoopings growing up. My brother got more than I did. But especially since I've been an adult, I can't imagine my dad like getting pissed at me and saying, "I'll knock you off the chair," or whatever.
No, I don't think it's ever happened like that as I've gotten older.
But if it did, it wouldn't ruin your relationship with your dad, right?
No.
No, okay. Well, there's some whiny ass guy whose wife wrote in to Dear Abby. And, I don't know if I ever believe any of these Dear Abby letters or any of this kind of stuff, but I think I would believe this one because the people are from Oregon, and you know how weird Oregon people are. I'll just read the whole thing, and you tell me whether or not she and her husband are overreacting about his dad getting mad at him. She said, "While I was visiting my father-in-law, a heated conversation turned violent. My husband, Rob, was helping his dad and a neighbor with a house project. When Rob's dad became upset at him, he lifted the power saw he was holding, turned it on, and motioned toward Rob, saying, 'You're lucky I don't slit your throat.'"
What?
Yeah, can you believe how much of a wuss this son is to be whining about that?
Complainer.
Yeah. He said some other unkind things, and we left. Unkind. He's not reached out to my husband since, and Rob has deleted his phone number. His dad sent me a text taking no responsibility for his actions and blaming Rob, which is why we have decided to cut ties for now. We have a teen daughter, and my father-in-law has also texted her. We do not want her around him, and Rob wants to instruct her not to respond. The day his father acted like this was also the 1-year anniversary of the passing of his long-term girlfriend, who was more like a wife. Should we tell our daughter not to respond to his message? Well, first of all, that's one of the things that makes me think it's fake, because if a teenager gets a text from her grandfather and she doesn't know anything's wrong, she's going to respond right away. The teenagers aren't just going to walk around going, I don't know whether to respond to this or not, or I'll get to it later.
Yeah.
But I don't think you should tell her that. I think you should just say, hey, yeah, look, why don't you go set up a play date with Grandpa where y'all are, putting a roof on a house and just have fun with it. You idiot.
Yeah.
Of course you don't let her go around the grandfather if he's threatened to cut your husband's throat with a saw.
Yeah. Because it's not just about the relationship between those two guys anymore. It's that guy.
Right.
It's Grandpa's a little unhinged.
Right. If he'll flip out like that.
Which is a crazy thing anyway. I will cut your neck with a power saw.
And how did the son hear what he said over the sound of the saw?
That's what I'm picturing. Is it
I'm picturing
like
it being a
circular saw? Or
I'm picturing it being a skill saw, circular saw kind of thing.
Yeah.
Working on a house project, because he's not out there cutting down trees with a chainsaw.
Yeah. Or like a hedge trimmer or something.
Yeah.
But the circular saws are loud. You're right. Mm-hmm. How could you even hear them? He's about, I'll cut your neck. That's crazy.
So that's got to be made up, right?
I don't know. I don't doubt that Grandpa probably, that seems totally believable.
But what in the world could the adult son have done that would warrant his dad saying, I'll cut your throat with this saw?
I don't know.
While you're working on a house project, you're working with the neighbor on something, like you're putting shelves in his garage or whatever.
Yeah, there was a story in the news all over social media about that father that his son was working on a truck, jacked up.
Yeah.
And he walked in the barn and kicked out the jack and let the truck crush his son.
I saw that, yeah.
I don't know, And I think that was like over insurance money or something. So I don't know.
But I mean, yeah, okay. That's more understandable or believable if it's over insurance money or something. But if you're just like your son didn't hold the board in the right spot while you were trying to cut it or whatever.
Yeah.
Or you just start jawing at each other.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure my dad's probably wanted to knock my teeth out on occasion, but he's never, verbalized it.
Right. But this guy's, he's got a teenage daughter, so that's how old he is. Can you imagine, your oldest brother helping your dad with something, your dad saying, I'll cut your throat.
What the hell happened out here? I'd be grabbing popcorn. Because I'm like, clearly this is not, he's just having a moment.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy thing to say.
But if he said that to your brother, either one of your brothers, because they both have kids, would they let that affect them coming back around, having the kids, around your dad?
Probably.
Yeah.
Sensitive.
Yeah, especially that middle one.
Yeah, I don't know. What is the line when you're talking about words? Because he didn't do anything. I mean, he said, I'm just going to cut your neck, and he's got a saw, which is a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, where is their line?
But I think the throat sounds more dramatic even than neck. He said, I cut your throat.
Cut your throat. Well, dude, chill out. I'm helping you with a home improvement project, and all of a sudden threatening to cut my neck. I'm doing this for free. I'm helping your old ass.
Well, I think they were both helping the neighbor, so then he he may have embarrassed his dad in front of the neighbor or something.
Yeah, maybe.
But that can't be an isolated incident. You don't just threaten to cut your son's throat when he's 40 out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you got to be pretty much a hothead all the way around.
Yeah. Every once in a while, you'll see a flare up of my dad's temper over like the craziest thing, and it takes me right back. I'm like, oh, I know that guy. I remember him.
Yeah. But you can't let that around your kids.
I don't think so.
He's going to flip out like that. But I think everybody pretty much has that, at least one person in their family. When you start to, like, say you're going to be having the first grandkid of the family or whatever, and so there's going to be an uncle or an aunt or maybe one of the grandparents is going to have to do something different before you want your kids to be around them.
Yeah. a major change needs
Yeah.
to happen before you're comfortable. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that would have to be one of, until you stop saying that you're going to cut my throat with a power saw, you can't see my daughter anymore. You won't see your granddaughter again.
Not anger management. Just you can't say you're going to slit my throat, cut
Yeah.
my neck.
I didn't have anybody in my family like that, but I have had people, in my life when my kids were little and all that I wouldn't let my kids be around. They were friends. That I wouldn't let them be around.
Yeah, and that's okay.
But imagine that coming from somebody you care about saying, you're in such a screwed up place. I don't even want you around my kids. Mm-hmm. Wow. I'd probably turn it on them. Go, it's your fault. You've made me be this way.
Yeah.
You've made me be violent.
Nobody's ever handled that news well.
No.
It's like, you know what? You're right. I do need to make some changes. Somebody's like, no, that's.
I'm trying to think of what a family member could tell you that would be, more of a kick in the gut than you're not, fit to be around my children.
I think that's probably it.
Imagine if one of your brothers told you that about your nieces or nephews.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Devastating.
oh my God.
Not that I would miss them so much, but just like you think so little of me.
Right.
I'm like, I mean, that's fine.
This is what my
But,
life has become.
Yeah, like I'd be like, give me a break. You know better.
Yeah, because it's kind of hard for you to imagine actually doing something so bad that,
that
would do that.
Necessitate that.
Yeah, because you automatically assume that if they said that to you, they're just being overly sensitive or whatever.
Yeah, sure. So what? I tried to steal the Christmas tree this year.
Big deal.
You can get another one.
But I mean, there are a lot of those where, you're going to have to quit drinking. You're going to, if you want to see your nephew.
Yeah, if you get so belligerent, then that's probably a good idea. Probably don't need to be around kids.
I was kind of like that. Like if a couple were, when my daughter was young and knew things that were going on, if she's a baby, it wouldn't be that big a deal because they don't know any different. But if there were friends who were coming and they weren't married, I never knew how I would handle that and say, I don't want my kids seeing that y'all aren't married and you're sleeping together.
You thought about that?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't have wanted that. I wouldn't have allowed it actually.
A couple in your house that were living together but weren't married, in fear of that she might ask questions about why are they not married, or is it your own?
No, it would be because I wouldn't want her to think that's the way to go, that it's okay to be, doing, because all she knew at that point, all kids know is their parents, and their grandparents. They sleep together, they're married, they're a family. But if they're not married, I mean, you teach kids, whether it sticks or not, they shouldn't be, sleeping with people they're not married to. So if I'm condoning it with somebody else and going, oh, it's okay, they're fine, then she would think, well, my dad's cool with it. So
You think she had a concept of that at an early age?
Yeah. I'm talking about at an age, like I said, where she knew what was going on, what was happening, but if she would have been a baby, it wouldn't have been that big a deal, because she wouldn't have known one way or the other. But when they're impressionable, yeah, I would have had to have dealt with it.
Did you ever have that happen?
No.
Okay.
No. But I mean, there are all kinds of things. When you become a parent, there are all kinds of things that you will say, I don't want my kid to be around this, or this, And that was one of them. I mean, we're raising her in a Christian home, whether, in modern times it's normal or not to, act a certain way or not do a certain thing. You still want to instill the right concept into them. And I don't want her to think that Jody and I condone shacking up.
Yeah. Which is why I'll say this, you've told that story about those friends of yours that hooked up in your bathroom during a Super Bowl party. I'm surprised you don't have a more aggressively negative opinion about that. I'm surprised you didn't beat the hell, whatever, because that's wildly inappropriate in anybody's house, let alone somebody who has the views that you do.
Yeah.
I think you would have come out harder against that.
No, he'd have beat my ass.
Would he beat the shit out of you?
Yeah.
Are you still friends with him?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
And there was nothing hurt in the house, and he is such a nice guy and would do anything in the world for me. And he is, like martial arts trained and all that stuff. But I didn't even think of it that way. I just thought, oh, come on, that's not cool. But I blamed his girlfriend.
Oh, it was a girl? It wasn't even a husband and wife?
No.
Oh, really?
But I blame her.
Of course you do.
She brought that on.
Are they still together?
No. Not long after that, I don't think that they were together.
If you had found that out while it was happening, would you have done anything, or would you have just said, well, everybody leave him alone?
Well, I would have not. If people were in there like, oh, yeah, look at it.
Yeah.
I would have tried to get that squelched because it would make it trashier even if people say they're making a big deal out of it. Jody was more bothered by it than I was. But my kids, my kids weren't home. There was no kids there. There was nothing like that. It was just, I don't know. And he may have just been messing with me. I didn't see it happening. Yeah. They were just laughing about it. So we just had sex in your bathroom. Like,
is Jody okay with him coming back over? I mean, she never held a grudge or anything. Or
no, she's fine. Truth of the matter, she probably liked it.
She probably did.
Knowing that way she is.
Hussy.
All right, there's a crazy celebrity story. And I think I've noticed something in this that maybe no one else has noticed because I'm that way. But it is a situation where a celebrity woman is much older than her new boyfriend. And she's talking all about it. We'll give you the details coming up next.
TJ's Podcast.
Your New Year's resolution is in full swing and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
If you've got nagging pain, you can get rid of that nagging pain thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic with an over 93% success rate. Set up a free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenix. Just because it's winter doesn't mean this is any time to stay inside and just let the days go by. AceTJ.com/Gaston has the list of everything you can be doing right now, the memories you can be making with your family in Gaston County. AceTJ.com/Gaston.
Back to TJ's Podcast.
Yeah. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the podcast. Or as some people call it, a podcast. Thanks for listening to my podcast. That'd be funny if we did a podcast like sitting on the toilet, and then you could call it a podcast. I'm on the pot, which is always the most sophisticated way to say that you or someone else is using the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, all this was going on while I'm in there sitting on the pot.
Yeah.
That's pretty much a Southern thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Or still calling it a commode. He's in there on the commode.
Yeah.
He's on the damn commode. Leave him alone.
It is trashy. That's why I thought it would be so funny, when everyone was speculating where Kate Middleton was.
Yeah.
Like if she just put out a statement like, sorry, I was taking a shit. I was on the pot.
I don't know what's more unsophisticated, saying that you're on the pot or you're popping a squat.
Popping a squat. Yeah, something about popping it.
I know. How you was popping a squat right there?
Squeezing one off.
Is it popping a squat or copping a squat? It's popping a squat, right?
Oh, now that you say that, it might be copping a squat.
Because you cop a feel.
Cop a feel.
Yeah.
Copping a squat.
That magician.
Yeah.
Cop a feel.
Yeah, cop a squat.
It is cop. Okay. Glad to know that. Glad we figured out that mystery. Or we would have been faux pas.
Well, it might be a regional thing now that I'm looking. So I think they're probably both right.
Mm-hmm. Like when you say kitty corner and other people say catty corner.
Yeah. No, I say catty corner.
I thought you said kitty. You say kitty corner.
Yeah, no, I do. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Kitty corner.
Mm-hmm.
And other people say catty corner.
And then your true rural Southerners will call it cattywampus.
Cattywampus, yeah.
Yeah. You ever heard that?
Yeah, I think my mom uses cattywampus.
Yeah, got it in there all cattywampus. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Kristen Cavallari is a celebrity. She was on was it The Hills?
The Hills, but before that, Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach. All right.
Yeah.
And she's very pretty. She's 37 and seems like she's gotten prettier with age.
Yes.
A lot of people do that.
Yep.
And so everybody's making a big deal about her new boyfriend. She's 37. He's 24. I don't care. Good for her. But people always say there's a double standard because if an older woman has a younger guy, she gets ridiculed, and older men with young women are treated like they're cool or whatever. They're not. I want to know who you think is treating a man cool who has a much younger woman. I mean, you should see like a lot of the rude things that people say to Ace. You know, well, what he says they say on the social medias and all that, saying she looks like your daughter and you know all of that kind of stuff.
Strangers. I mean, I say a ton of terrible things, but it's like strangers too.
So what's the difference? 37 and 24. What's the difference? Huh? 13 years. And look, if you're happy, you're happy. Whatever. But I don't think people say as much rude stuff about an older woman with a younger guy now.
Yeah. No.
I mean, especially women.
Yeah.
I mean, you show me a woman who's, I don't know, in her 40s that sees a man in his 50s with on a date with a woman in her 20s, and you can see any woman that's going to say that's cool. Oh, good for him. That's awesome. People who say that are other men. Some other men. Same thing with women. The ones that say, "Oh, that is awesome." Yeah, you go. There are other women.
Woo! They love it.
Yeah.
Universal acclaim.
So, Kristen Cavallari, I never saw any of those shows. I was an adult when those things came out. I don't even know, was Laguna Beach a reality show?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. It was the first, beach, it was all rich teenagers, and I loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah. I know it was huge.
Yeah.
And The Hills, what was that?
That was like the next show, the sequel series that they did in the Beverly Hills. So some of Kristen, LC was one of, I think she was on there, and Heidi Montag, remember her?
Yeah.
Spidey. They just did the second series.
What was the Patridge?
Yeah, Audrina Patridge.
Audrina Patridge, yeah.
She was another one, knockout.
Well, Kristen Cavallari has said some things in this article that I find nothing to do with the age, but is something that I've always thought about. And believe it or not, I've been vocal about it.
For once.
So she was on her podcast called Let's Be Honest. And she was talking about, how they met, before their first date and stuff. She said, quote, "He came and picked me up and he met my kids. He he actually met my mom too, because my mom was babysitting my kids. So it just really threw him in the mix. This is the real first guy I'd say they've met. She said that when he came to pick her up, that her sons were saying, "Can I show you my room?" And he went upstairs with the kids to see the room, and the boys were so excited about him. My kids are really excited for me. My kids really want to see me happy, and I've been very good at separating my dating life from them. Except for this other time, she said her kids had only met one other boyfriend, and it was only because he was a major musician and her kids were big fans of him, which was in 2021. And they say that it was Chase Rice, the country singer. So she met this guy because she saw he was in a boy band or something, right? And then she reached because she thought he was hot, and she saw he was involved with some boy band, and then reached out to get them on her podcast.
Yeah, I think it's like a social media, like they call them the Montana Boys or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Not a boy band. It was like influencer house kind of thing.
Like everybody's hot. And,
streamer house.
Yeah.
That's even worse, I think. So she invited them to be on her show, and then she ended up saying, you're my favorite, and they were flirting and all that.
You're my favorite.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Like, okay, which one? Because I guess they weren't doing a video chat thing, and he said, whatever his name is. And she goes, who's talking? I said, oh, wait, this is, Ralph, whatever his name is. Oh, good, because you're my favorite. So stupid.
It's crazy.
But regardless of all that, I don't care who it is. You don't have a first date with somebody and have your kids, all excited about them, being on a date with you and all of that. I mean, the kids have gone through enough in divorce, and they're not living with their father anymore. And you got another guy that they were a big fan of. So they were like, really excited about him, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you introduce these people to your boyfriends or your girlfriends. You introduce your kids to them. Kids get, excited about some of them, and then all of a sudden there's another person that's not in their life anymore.
Yeah, and this one's a TikTok star. Like, oh, yeah.
And he's good looking.
He's a model. I mean, he's very good looking. But do you think a 24-year-old, it's like he's going on a first date with a 37-year-old? He's like, do I want to go see the kids' rooms? I mean, that's at it. And I got to meet mom on top of all this stuff. I don't know. She could have figured out a better way. If he insists on picking her up for a first date, she could have found a better situation where he doesn't run into not only my 3 young kids, but also my mom.
So you think she was showing him off to her mom?
Something.
Because she said she doesn't do that with other dates.
Yeah, you could have figured something out. I don't know. Yeah. I'll meet you. I'll come out and say hi.
Which she should have.
Yeah.
Either met him outside when he got there, or
Uber to wherever you're going to meet.
Right.
You don't come to my house. And number 2, the kids are answering the door. I got a feeling like the kids are all at the door. Like, hi. It's like, that's not, I don't know. Something about it is off.
So it also says something that if this is true, the only 2 boyfriends that she's ever had around her kids are celebrities.
Yeah.
It's like, look, mom's going out with a country star. Look, mama's going out with an influencer, a streamer.
She's got stuff going on. Because their dad is Jay Cutler.
Yeah. Yeah.
Former NFL quarterback.
Mm-hmm. And then they have a rocky breakup or something too.
So it was on and off nasty. For a
while. Okay. But in the article, they're talking about what a dedicated mom she is and all that. And it shows her and her 2 sons running on the beach. Like just playing, and she's got her, her arms up, and they're running. should mom be wearing an ass out bikini in front of her sons? I don't usually.
How much ass?
Any ass, I think would be
Ass.
all right. I'll let you look. You tell me. Is this too? And it could be not too much ass. Is that too much ass in front of your middle school age boys?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Too much ass.
And I know people are going to be pissed off. A man can't be saying anything about a woman, what she should be wearing and what she shouldn't be wearing. I just,
Here's my thing about that is like, everybody's got a trashy moment. Everyone's had trashy moments. The difference is you posted it. You put it in front of the world for the world to look at and either like or not like, and you're going to catch some judgment for it. So if you got your ass out, it might be different when you're hanging around the above ground pool in your backyard and your kids. But if you start taking pictures of it and sharing them on, with the world, then you know what? You're gonna get what you get.
And there's also a difference in wearing an ass out bikini when your kids are toddlers.
Yeah, right.
These boys look like they're in like 10 or 11. Yeah.
Look at mom's ass.
Would you have died at that age if your mom had taken you to the beach and she jumps out in an ass out bikini?
Probably. And then I know somebody's taking pictures of her ass. Like, where are you putting that? I hope you're not going to post that, right? Like, I don't know. Mom, don't post your ass on social media.
So, you don't think the guy Riggins wanted to actually be there, going up with the kids and looking at their room and all of that?
Maybe he did, but I just think that's a lot to put on a 24-year-old that's already kind of thrust into this different world. Probably does like her, and if he didn't know it beforehand, and now he's forced to meet her mom and her 3 kids, I think that's a little inappropriate.
Is she a big enough celebrity now that that would make him want to be with her? Her celebrity status. Oh man, it's so cool. I'm dating a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a big part of their relationship.
Because he's not. I guess he's not one of the famous streamers or influencers or whatever.
No, he's looking at her like, hey, this is going to boost my
people. Be my ticket.
People are starting taking pictures of us. Paparazzi are going to follow us. I think it just adds to the popularity. And he's good looking. I mean, he doesn't need to, but it's not going to hurt him.
Mm-hmm. And she's your age.
Yeah. 1 year older, but.
Oh.
Old hag.
So if she wanted to keep that young man theme going after this guy, she's got you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll meet those kids. I'm more mature than the 24-year-old. We basically look the same, but
yeah,
I'm sure he's not nearly as funny.
You picture me at a doofus.
Yeah, you can't look like that. You don't look like that in the life of the party. He probably did want to see those kids. Do you have Legos? I love Iron Man too.
You got PS3?
She's like, Mark, we got reservations at Le Cirque. He's like, no, I'm playing. Shut up. I'll be down in 5 minutes.
Ask your mom if I can stay the
night. I'm Princess Peach in Mario Kart. I can't just quit.
That's right, babe.
She walks up there farting in there. It stinks.
How about some juice boxes? Hey, Kristen, babe.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. Go eat your old fancy dinner yourself.
Yeah. And maybe
we want corn dogs.
Dino nuggets. Maybe he is like, I don't know him. I don't know. I've never even heard him talk, but you just get the vibe that if you look like that and you're a streamer.
Do women accuse him of just using her, like being a gold digger?
I haven't seen that. I think it's more celebratory of her.
Exactly.
They're happy to see her, with a young guy on her arm.
Yeah. Because it makes them feel like they could do it.
Sure.
knowing they can't.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a lot of things going for her. She's
No, I'm
wealthy,
just kidding.
She's beautiful.
So yeah, I mean, do you look at that and you go, all right, well, okay, what a shocker. You're a beautiful 37-year-old and you're a celebrity and you got a lot of money. It's quite a feat to get a 24-year-old guy to want to be with you.
Yeah.
You know, like when the term MILF first started happening, or cougar. You go, okay, well, you're in your 40s, ladies, and you're going hanging around college boys, and you feel like you've just, climbed Mount Everest if you got one to sleep with you.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, they're college boys, and you're still pretty, so.
And you're putting it all out there.
Right.
Like you're making no bones about it. Let's get out of here.
But, hey, without the whole thing about the kids, doesn't matter to me one way or the other. Go have your young guy. I just like the observations of society and the culture and the differences in the way things are handled. And women are treated in society much better for dating younger men or being with younger men than older men are. Yet they claim that they're the ones who are put upon.
Yes.
And that it's a double standard that women aren't treated as heroes when they date a younger man like men are.
That's just not the case.
No. It's amazing to me, and I find it interesting. I'm not bitching about it or anything, but when a group of people can be the victors and the victims at the same time.
Yeah.
I just made that up. Copyright ATJ Inc. Like you've made yourself the victor and the victim all at once.
It's impressive.
That I just said that?
Both.
Okay. That they can do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because both are celebrated in today's culture. Good for you. Go, go, go. And finally, we were able to do this, but there are so many of us who still have to deal with the ridicule. And I bet you have. Good for you. You're doing something great, awesome, inspirational to the rest of us. But I know you're still going to be treated wrong. People are still hating on you because you're a woman doing it. It can be the victor and the victim at the same time. God. That is a profundity for your ass right there. I'm going to have to take a break. Can't even breathe. Got more coming up.
More of TJ's podcast is coming up.
Your New Year's resolution is in full swing and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
If you've got nagging pain, you can get rid of that nagging pain thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic with an over 93% success rate. Set up a free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenix. Just because it's winter doesn't mean this is any time to stay inside and just let the days go by. AceTJ.com/Gaston has the list of everything you can be doing right now, the memories you can be making with your family in Gaston County. AceTJ.com/Gaston.
Welcome back, world, to TJ's podcast.
Yeah, Fanaticos, thank you. Thank you for loving me. It's such a great honor being loved so deeply by so many of you. We didn't hear back from the complaining lady from this week that we've been following. She didn't send another message, I don't think.
Oh, no?
No. But then again, I didn't taunt her by writing back something silly.
Yeah.
Riggins, is this thing that you were asking me about is this becoming a trend with guys?
Yeah.
They're starting to do it a lot.
Yeah. From what I've read.
Did they go get this done professionally, or is it just something they can do at home?
You can do it at home.
Okay, so guys are putting temporary tattoos on to go do certain things.
Yeah, to go out to a club or a bar or something, and they add these elaborate temporary tattoos that you can buy online.
But how do they get them where they look real, or do they not look real?
I don't know. I mean, they're just black. You know, they're like not tribal, but those kind of just designs.
Yeah.
Like, I guess if you think it makes you look more badass, you do that.
But you don't want to take the step of doing the permanent thing, making it permanent.
Yeah.
I can see that. But I would never put on a fake tattoo unless I'm doing some sort of a bit of something.
Yeah.
You know, like,
to try to impress people, because like, what? Okay. I mean, I guess it's the same theory as makeup. Like, you don't care what you look like without it, but it just seems, and a lot of women are saying is this a red flag that he wears temporary tattoos to make himself look cooler when he goes out?
well, see, and then this is another double standard. And listen, just because I point out a double standard doesn't mean that I disagree with it. You can point out that there are double standards in the society and the culture all the time, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you think it's wrong. I think this one is right, but it is a double standard that men are always judged harshly about doing something to make themselves appear better than they are, as far as bringing in things that from the outside, like a man getting Botox is more harshly judged than a woman doing it. Or if a man got extensions in his hair to make his hair look, thick and longer and things, then he would be judged harshly. Women do it. Nobody thinks a thing about it.
It's expected.
Yeah. So it's almost like women are, it's understood that it's okay for women to do stuff that is going to make them appear a certain way, whereas if men do it, they would just be called fake.
Yeah.
But women get called fake too, the fake boobs and the lips and the fake hair and all of that. But it's not so, out of the realm of possibility. But a guy sitting in his house trying to get a temporary tattoo on just right to make it look real so he can go out for the night and look like a badass, that's a different category.
And I'm guilty of judging it too. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
douchey. But yeah, you just kind of expect that.
Yeah, I would judge that harshly.
Of course.
Now, I knew a guy he went to I think a real tattoo artist did just a drawing on his arm that made it look like a tattoo, but he was doing it for a photo shoot thing.
Yeah.
He wasn't walking around saying, I'm a badass, look at my new tattoo, and it's, the ink's running down his arm.
Right. And I wanted to see some of these tattoos. I'm like, what are people getting that, they think would improve their look? Like, I don't know. But nobody had like examples of it. But I would imagine it's probably like a bunch of different tattoos, which is sort of the trend now.
Yeah.
To do like the whole sleeve of just kind of patchwork tattoos.
Oh, you mean just like a single one here and then one here?
Yeah,
and one
like,
here,
they're all
like
messy now. There's no real cohesion with tattoos, I guess.
I know.
Doesn't make sense to me, but.
I don't know whether I like that better than a full sleeve or not.
Like Harry Styles, he's one that's got these just bizarre, not
Just
coherent.
no rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah. But Lady Gaga kind of also does that same thing. She's got tattoos and they're all music related, but they're all in different spaces. I'll never forget, she was on the Oscars.
Yeah.
She does this unbelievable tribute to the Sound of Music. It's like Julie Andrews, like some birthday or something. She comes out and she does like a medley of all these Sound of Music songs. And my mom's favorite movie. She's watching it, and Lady Gaga is incredible. And at the end, she raises both of her arms, and she's got these just gnarly tattoos on the inside of her arms. You go, oh, and it just completely, I don't know for anybody else, but my mom goes, oh. Like she was just shocked by it.
Hey, she's weird. Yeah. I know people, you don't say anything negative about Lady Gaga, but she is weird. But then a lot of good performers are weird.
Sure, most of them are.
Yeah. I just can't see her being just a cool person to sit around and have a beer with or go eat lunch with.
You don't think?
She seems like she's just like...
She's not going to eat at Panera with you?
No. But you know what creeps me out, though? And I'm sorry if this offends people, but when those tattoos just look like they're just solid black down, who was it that just got all of that?
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. Just completely covered in solid black ink.
Yeah. Arms, whole torso.
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Because it's supposed to be, it's when tattoos got popular for the mainstream, it was, this is my way of expressing something about me and all of that. And now it's just like, color me black.
Blank space.
Yeah.
Unless he's addicted to the pain of it, which I've heard some people are. Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
Again, weirdo.
Yeah.
Would have to be a weirdo to be with that Megan Fox.
Wouldn't you take a little bit of crazy, though?
No.
No?
Not her kind of crazy.
She's hot.
See, I don't even think she's that hot.
Megan Fox? Oh, wow.
Because I look at her and the stuff that I know that she's about. I never believed that when I was a kid, that if somebody was really nice or funny or whatever, they would become better looking to you. You forget that you don't think they're not so good looking. And I've always, prided myself on being able to separate people's personality from their looks. It's one of my biggest accomplishments.
Well,
but with her, I can't do it. She's just such a weird, peculiar, I think, destructive person that I can't even see her being pretty.
Where are you learning about Megan Fox? I mean, what do you know? I mean, I know the kid thing that some of her kids are allegedly transgender, but what do you know? Do you know something about Megan Fox?
Just everything I've ever seen about her. She's just weird.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that much about her because I was looking at my, who cares? I don't know, because she's that so attractive that But they say she's very smart. I'm not kidding. Like, I forget who said it. They were like, you might find this surprising. But she's very, very intelligent.
On paper?
I don't know. I forget.
Because didn't she just write a book of poetry or something that was like just awful?
Oh, is it bad? I don't know.
The ones that I heard read, on different podcasts and stuff, they're awful. And again, weird.
Do you want to read a book of Megan Fox's poetry? No. I mean, where is your life?
I don't want to read a book of anybody's damn poetry.
Yeah, I mean, even the best poetry.
Because I don't like it.
We should read some of Megan Fox's poetry. You should read Megan Fox's poetry. I would love to hear that.
Because I think it was all about, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong here, but I thought a lot of it was about feminism and stuff and, I don't know. And being, victim and all of that.
I just see her like opening her journal, and then that jackass Machine Gun Kelly walks in. He's like, babe, what are you doing?
I think you love that journal more than you love me.
Machine Gun, please. I'm trying to write some prose here, and you're really messing me up. Sorry.
But you know what? He seems like when he's being normal, that he could be kind of a good guy.
Really?
I saw. I was watching the NBA All-Star stuff with my son a few years ago, and he was playing in the Celebrity All-Star game, and there was a little boy that is he's a kid actor. I think he was on the new Wonder Years show, so he's little, and he was out there talking to Machine Gun Kelly, and he was really nice to him. Okay, really like a cool guy. Introduced himself as Colton or whatever his name is. Yeah. Is that his name?
Colson,
yeah. And just talking to the kid and spending time with him and things like that. So I always wonder what kind of a stepdad he is.
Yeah. Well, he's a father too.
They got a kid together?
He's got his own kid.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, grown, like teenager, I think.
How old is he?
20s, maybe 30 something. I don't know. I'm pretty sure.
I wonder what Father's Day looks like with MGK.
Does he want to go to IHOP? Probably not. Let's just go to Denny's.
Yeah, just having the kids is all I'm interested in. I just want to be around my kids. They're getting them, a necktie and some socks.
Yeah, macaroni tie and the whole thing. Some golf balls.
So he doesn't seem that weird, but do you have to assume that Brian Austin Green is weird too because he was married to Megan Fox and all that? I do.
I don't.
Like you can't be a normal person and be married to someone that weird and then have kids with them and stuff. You got to have something weird about you too.
Well, he's got 3 names. He goes by 3 names. That's pretty odd.
Well, I don't think he does anymore. I think he tried to drop that a long time ago. He just wanted to be Brian Green, like after 90210 or Melrose or whichever one he was on. Sorry,
nobody. I mean, if you came to your height as a 3-name person, you can't just go to.
Yeah, like. You can't just be Machine Kelly.
No way.
You got to be Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah. That's your name. Sorry. Mm-hmm. You chose it.
So, yeah, I wonder what that's like.
Wacky.
The Father's Day. I don't even know. They may not even celebrate it in the Kelly household.
Yeah.
Because it's just like too traditional.
It's a sign of the patriarchy.
Yeah. Yeah, when would they ever celebrate, anything about men one way or the other? Mm-hmm. Now, you think he's submissive to her, like she rules the roost?
Probably.
Megan Fox?
Probably.
Do you think she rules it by, would you picture her just like all the time just being authoritative, or she rules the roost by her emotions? Being like a cry bully or something.
I picture her pretty authoritative.
Yeah. Like bossing him around and stuff. Yeah. Not just crying if she wants to get her way.
If it's true what they say, that she's like very, very intelligent, and I'll take them at their word, and she's that hot, that's a dangerous combination. Mm-hmm. She could rule the world.
I just can't believe she's intelligent.
Yeah. I understand why you would say that, somebody that good looking.
No, I mean just somebody that weird. And some of the ideas that she has and her beliefs and all that, you'd have to be an idiot to believe some of the stuff that she preaches. Just maybe her IQ is a level of, a high level, but people can still be stupid, even if they have a high IQ.
Yeah, sure. I want to find out what they were talking about when they said she was like talking to her. It was like, wow. They were like really bowled over by her.
Was it a guy you remember that was saying
it? Was.
Yeah, probably because she was hot.
I think
she could string a sentence together. She gets points.
Yeah.
But I think I see women all the time that I think are better looking
than Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Like who?
Well, if I had a celebrity to pick over her, it would be a bunch. Like, Nicole Scherzinger would be one.
She's hot. Kind of a similar look to me. Sultry, dark.
Yeah. I would take Halle Berry over her. I can't think of a white one.
We won't hold it against you.
I'm kidding. I think this Kristen Cavallari is hotter.
She's super hot.
She's
got an annoying voice, but
does she? I don't think I've ever heard her talk.
Steven. I mean, that was like back on Laguna Beach, but yeah, she was just obnoxious, kind of annoying. She's hot though.
And that wasn't just a girl show. You watched it too?
It kind of well, everybody watched it. Everybody watched it. But yeah, I mean, in retrospect, yeah, it's like a girl show. It's a reality show. But that was where we saw these teenagers going to prom, and they were doing these over the top, what is now known as a promposal. It just seems so foreign.
Is that what started my Super Sweet 16 thing? Were they rich doing stuff like that?
I don't know. Yeah, but it was that kind of stuff. So over the top.
Wow.
But
were you also a big fan of Dawson's Creek? Were you into that?
But Matt was. My oldest brother was.
Gilmore Girls.
No.
My brother loves the Gilmore Girls.
I know.
He's pretty near 60 years old.
Yeah. That's where my oldest brother, fell in love with Katie Holmes on Dawson's Creek.
Oh, yeah.
Loved her.
Mm-hmm. Just pretty. Mm-hmm. And that Neve Campbell was on there, right? No, Party of Five. She was on Party of Five. Right. Five Guys. Party of Five Guys. If they did TV commercials, that would be funny. If they get the cast together and do Party of Five Guys.
Yeah.
Reunion.
Sure.
Copyright ATJ Inc.
We know you got money, Five Guys. Call us.
I want to know where Bailey is right now. And then Matthew Fox. We know where Jennifer Love Hewitt is. Yeah. She's still out there working.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tomorrow, don't forget, we're going to have that my friend who is a prosecutor on, giving us some inside information on that world and all kinds of other fun stuff. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Love you. Bye.
Serving the world. It's TJ's podcast.
Your New Year's resolution is in full swing and you are trying to lose weight. Help yourself with Calitrin. Calitrin is the safe, effective way to lose weight. When you buy 3 months supply right now, you'll get 3 months free. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight. Order it now at acetj.com/weight loss. Calitrin.
If you've got nagging pain, you can get rid of that nagging pain thanks to Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic with an over 93% success rate. Set up a free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics, Neogenix. Just because it's winter doesn't mean this is any time to stay inside and just let the days go by. acetj.com/Gaston has the list of everything you can be doing right now, the memories you can be making with your family in Gaston County. acetj.com/Gaston. Top of every hour, you get caught up on the hottest trending topics in the world thanks to Riggins and Now Trending, sponsored by Culver's. The freshest ingredients all day, every day. Make it your new neighborhood spot. Short waits for the freshest food in town. Find details at acetj.com/Culver's.
As a proven leader in managed IT services, CompuCom delivers innovative solutions designed for how you work today. They'll help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's all at CompuCom. Go to CompuCom.com to find out more. Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
The Week in Review is sponsored by Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park. Beautiful rooms and incredible dining options. Book now by calling 980-299-7123. It's the Hyatt-centric Charlotte South Park.
Get your home secured for less than $1 a day with no installation or equipment charges and a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You can get security for your home. 800-915-8941. 800-915-8941.